Hi, I'm Cynthia Erickson. I'm your instructor for this statistics class, Stats 1 at MSU Denver. I wanted to give you some tips on how to be successful in class, but I thought they might be better coming from a former student who was very successful in our class. I'd like to introduce you to Josh Hillis. He's going to be telling you a little bit more about how the class is structured and how you can be successful.
Hey, my name's Josh, and we're going to be talking about how to increase your grade by a full grade level. For me, it was actually a little better than that. See, I'm normally a D student in math, but I actually got an A in this class because of the way that the class is structured. Now, the way the class is structured is a little bit unusual, and so that's what we're going to go through. Oh, I actually got a 98%, which was way better than I thought I would get. Most classes, the way they're designed around lecture and reading. That's the way probably most of your classes have gone so far. This class is based around repeated quizzing. And that might not sound exciting, but it's going to help you get a mastery of the material that you probably wouldn't get otherwise. Basically, it's the repeated quizzing that allows us to get better grades and more durable learning. So there's three things that we're going to talk about. First is the FDCBA method. The second is how quizzes are like push-ups. And the third is how statistics make psychology legit. So the FDCBA method looks kind of like this. You're going to take quizzes multiple times. First time you take a quiz, you're going to go in blind, and you're going to get an F. And that may seem like it sucks, but you can take the quiz as many times as you want, so then you study, and then you'll probably take it again, probably get a D. And then you study some of the things that you missed, take it again, get a C, study, take it again, get a B, study, take it again, get an A. Basically, you can quiz and study your way up to an A, and once you get to an A, you can take it a couple more times to actually lock it in. What's cool about this is you get a really solid mastery of the material. I want you to take a second and think about anything else you've ever learned, whether it was like learning an instrument, like if you hit all the notes perfectly the first time, or if you learned a new language, if you could speak perfectly the first time you tried. Think about anything else that you've done in your life where you started off being really bad and had to practice your way up. It's kind of like that. So again, repeated quizzing equals better grades and more durable learning. Now, the next thing is that quizzes are like push-ups. And basically what I mean is that they're hard, or that it takes work, it takes effort. And effortful practice is what equals durable learning. It's kind of like in a way it's also more fun and more interesting because you could read about stats, you can actually do stats, and the effortful practice of doing stats is what's going to get you like some skill with it that you can use not only just on the test, but also if you want to use the statistics anyplace else in your academic career. So the other thing is kind of like where we're going with the example of like a musical instrument or a language or like push-ups. Everyone gets better with practice. If you just do it, you'll get better. And so again, I'm going to keep hitting it. Repeated quizzing equals better grades and more durable learning. So last thing I want to talk about really quick is making a difference. Now, if you're going into research, then obviously statistics and research methods are like your bread and butter. But if you're like me and you're planning on going into something like counseling psychology, then it might not be immediately obvious why statistics are so important. That's what we're going to talk about right now. That statistics make psychology legit. See, pop psychology is everywhere. I actually work in fitness, and in the fitness industry, like there's so much pop psychology and so little like legitimate, like evidence-based psychology. And to give an example, and the idea is we're going to separate what actually helps people from what hurts people. So to give an example, Fit Mom had this meme, and anyway, she was on Megyn Kelly a couple weeks ago and was talking about like context for working out. Megyn Kelly said, "Oh, I think fat shaming really helps, and I think we should totally fat shame people, and fat shaming helped me." And I was like, that doesn't sound right. So found this research review, weight bias primer for the fitness industry, and weight bias is kind of like the research or clinical term for fat shaming. And what it said was that fat shaming actually increases exercise avoidance, negative self-talk, crying, isolating yourself, and eating. So pretty much everything we would want fat shaming to not, like everything we would want someone to do, it does the opposite of that. And one thing that's kind of cool is I pulled a couple of the papers from the research review and looked at the p-values. P-values is something that you're going to be looking at in this class. It's kind of like the probability that we're right about something, or actually it's the probability that we're wrong. So p-value of 0.001 is like there's a 1% chance we're wrong about this. So we're pretty confident that fat shaming causes people to eat and cry and avoid exercise. So that's an example of how, on one hand, you can have this like n=1, like celebrity, one person's opinion, or you can have studies, psychology, and research and see what actually makes a difference. And it's hard because in my industry, a lot of the trainers actually believe that fat shaming works, but if we look at the evidence, we know that it doesn't. And that's kind of what I want you to take away from this, that you can use statistics to figure out what actually really is going to help people in your career and in your future life. So I want you to write down something that you want to look up, or something that you think would make a difference for you in your further career. And that's it. So to wrap up, FDCBA method, quizzes are like push-ups, and making a difference is all about statistics and research methods. Again, you'll get a better grade. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Yay! That was really good.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was really good.
I tried to jam.